Hey everyone, Michael here with hellocupcakeitsme, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is June 7th, 2025, and isn't it a fantastic time to be alive? If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday, and then head on over to hellocupcakeitsme to check out the blog, hellocupcakeitsme.com, to check out the blog that is updated kind of sporadically. And make sure that you follow me on all the different socials. And also check out my book at Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, and that is at www.cdsthebook.com. So, how are y'all doing? I am very miffed right now because this is the fourth time in 3 days that I've had to change out my entire insulin infusion bullshit, and so far this pump has been absolute horseshit. So you get to sit here and watch me undo all of the stuff that I gotta do in order to make sure that I don't fucking die, because, well, diabetes sucks. And also because I have a pseudo scheduled day ahead of me. And by pseudo scheduling, I mean that there are probabilities for me to do things. It's just a matter of me trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. Yesterday, a friend called me up or sent me a message and was like, "Hey, you want to go hit some garage sales tomorrow?" I was like, "Bet." I haven't been to a garage sale in a minute. Not that I need anything, like, from looking in the background or whatever. But we did hit up an estate sale when we were in town. And that was actually kind of cool and fun. I got myself a oscillating fan. I got myself a Rubbermaid container that's a little bit bigger with, like, the handle and everything, which I've been wanting to get, like, a bigger box for all of my meds and stuff. And then I also got an iced tea pitcher. Well, it's just a water pitcher, but that bitch is going to be for iced tea here pretty soon, because it has been a long time since I just sat down and had a nice glass of iced tea. And now, mind you, I don't have the iced tea making bowl that my mom has, which is a thing with it was a thing with my grandma and how my mom grew up making sweet tea, which is probably a contributing factor to the fact that I have the diabetes, because anyone who knows anything about sweet tea knows that there's like 2 million % sugar, 1 drop of actual tea. And I used to drink that shit by the gallon. So, anyways, I want to make some. It's supposed to get up into the 90s this weekend, and I'm like, no, 90s was a decade or an age, not a temperature. I don't do snow, and I don't do heat. Even though I'm from Palm Springs, California, that does not mean that I wish to continue to live inside of that climate. So we shall see how the weekend goes, but I do at some point plan on trying to make some sun tea or something like that, depending on if I find a vessel, like a pickle jar or something like that. Oh, a pickle jar would be perfect. Like a gallon-sized glass pickle jar. Anyways, so there's a lot of steps to putting all this together. Like, first you have to take your cartridge here. This is what holds all the insulin in it. And you have to pull all the air out to make sure that it's completely deflated. Put the insulin in, but not too much, because if you pop the microscopic little seal on this, then the whole damn thing doesn't work and your insulin ends up shooting out all over the place. And then you gotta snap it into the place like this. And then in a minute, I'm gonna have to go through and set everything else up, telling it, listen, you got new bullshit. This is the part that I hate the most. This little hockey puck is all of my tubing and stuff that connects into the pump. And it is kind of like spring loaded. It's all plastic except for the metal needle that inserts. So you see that little blue tube right there? That's a cover for the metal needle, and it slams into my skin and implants the cannula, which is a thin, like microscopic tube. Not microscopic because you can see it with the eye, but it's a really thin tube that goes up under the skin and produces insulin for me. So I now have to try to figure out where to put it, because I don't know if it's showing up on screen, but like I have all these scar marks, and then this right here is my continuous glucose monitor, which constantly tells me that I'm either dead, that I'm either dying, or that my blood sugar is too high. Please don't hit a vein, and no vein. Awesome. That's the other thing. You never know where your veins are. And so, I don't know if that's going to pick it up on camera, but you can see that needle right there. Yeah. The last 4 times that I've had to insert this or use one of these, I've hit veins all those times. And then it bleeds into the tube, causes problems, and it's just not for fun. So, anyways, the last couple of days have been actually really fucking decent and good, and I have been really happy with how they've all turned out. What was it? Thursday night. Thursday in general was just pretty freaking awesome. You know, there was a lot going on. Got to see people that I haven't seen in a while. Got to do a little bit of networking and schmoozing and stuff like that. And, you know, just having a decent time. I don't know. Well, I did make a short video, and I don't know if y'all have seen it yet or not, but I started walking again, and it's not very much or very far. It takes me literally about, I don't know, I would say at most 10 minutes to do what I do, but I'm walking around this parking lot, and I'm walking in about 3.5 miles an hour, and I'm starting slow. I want to get back out on the trail, and by September, October, I want to be able to make a long walk. So my goal is September or October that I'm going to make the 7.5 mile walk into Port Townsend again. And then die for the next couple of days afterwards. I may also be joining a gym. I got to look into that a little bit more. One of the people that I ran into on Thursday, she was the manager at a gym that I used to go to, and I loved her. She was amazing, um, and I like going to the gym. And so I figured going to the gym, walking, and swimming should all like kind of come together and just be really, really good. Um, this weekend is the very last weekend in which I am going to be overeating. So, like last night, I went to a buffet with a friend and completely overate to the point where I felt sick. And it's been a very long time since I have eaten that much food and been full. Like, I don't normally have that thing that tells you that you're full and that, stop eating or whatever. So, Thursday night and last night were the first two times in a very long time that hormone got triggered, activated, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And also, starting Monday, I am going to go back to my water and apple cider vinegar drink that I used to do, and I think that was really helping me out quite a bit. So yeah, what else is going on in life? That's pretty much it, honestly. Just walking again. I didn't do much. Well, I didn't purposely go out and walk yesterday, but I still hit my step goal for the day. My step goal right now is very, very minuscule. It's like 2,300 steps in a day. And I think I went over that by 300 or 400 steps. So, uh, you gotta start off slow and go from there, and everything else kind of falls into place. So that's what I'm doing. Last time I went walking, it was literally just once a day for 5 or 10 minutes, however long it took me to get around the parking lot once. Um, it's discouraging because I remember like being able to walk 2-3 miles at a time and not be bothered by it. And now on my second time around the parking lot, I'm like, but you know, I was that way before, and I got to get back up that way. Um, I weighed myself the other day at the and it's right about where I thought I was, so that was pretty cool. But I also weighed myself like right after getting out of the shower, so I had to accommodate for being wet and having a kind of a bulky towel. But still right about where I thought I was, and giving me an idea as to what to aim for. So yeah, um, I'm my plans are, like I said, to keep this going, to hopefully add in going to the gym, because I work my arms pretty well swimming, but I don't work any part of my abdominals that much, and I need to work on my legs. And if I could uh, get on a leg bar and be able to like pump the legs, that might help me with some of the walking stability that I've needed, and just trying to figure things out from there. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm not going to hold you captive much longer. It is a beautiful Saturday. I'm sure that there is a pride event happening somewhere in your town or near you. Even if you're not gay and lesbian, you should still go check it out. You might learn something. You might meet some friends. You might make some new friends. If nothing else, there's always good music and good food. And they're typically, well, some of them are free to get into, but even if it's a few dollars, still pay it. Try to go check it out. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, don't add to the population, don't subtract from the population, and as always, thank you for watching. Questions, comments, concerns in the comment section down below, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.